Hello, I'm Richard Hunter and welcome to our look ahead to the week commencing the 27th of August. Bank holiday weekend, so investors will have slightly more time to ponder what has come out of the two main events leading up to the weekend past, namely the G7 summit, which is about to start in France, where the fires in the Amazon may overtake the fireworks that we saw last year when President Trump stood somewhat away from the other G6. So there are bound to be some consequences of the G7 summit for investors to ponder. Perhaps more importantly, at Jackson Hole, the central bankers conference, we're awaiting news from the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell on just how the Fed is currently thinking in terms of interest rates. That's something which has certainly been overhanging markets in this week. That being said, of course, we're still in positive territory in the year to date for all the major indexes, despite these concerns. The Dow Jones still up 12.5%, the S&P 500 16.5%, and the Nasdaq up 20%. Closer to home, the FTSE 100, obviously we've had ongoing weakness in sterling, which has been something of a support for that particular index. We're up around 6.7% in the year to date. So turning to next week and those 4 trading days, again, the half 2 reporting season has pretty much come to a close, but there are perhaps 3 stocks might be worth keeping an eye on. The first one is a trading statement from WH Smith. This is a company which is basically split into two. It's got its stores presence, but it's then got what it calls its travel division. And of course, these are the WH Smith stores that we're used to seeing in hospitals, railway stations, and indeed airports, not to mention motorway service stations. That particular part of the business, which now accounts for most of its revenues, will be the one that investors will keep an eye on. We also have a full year update from the recruitment company Hays. This will be interesting because it may provide some economic pointers. Obviously, as a recruitment company, it's got a fairly large presence in the likes of UK and Germany, each of which has its own issues at the moment. So it'll be interesting to see what their outlook is on current trading. And finally, Bunzl, the outsourcing company, got some half-year numbers. This is a kind of distribution of services, cleaning and hygiene, food, etc. It's a very acquisitive company. So again, at this kind of half-year update, it'll be interesting to see what they're currently doing with their acquisition pot. Thanks for watching. Have a great week.